going to turn this on. And I see, Mary Jo, could you wave? Excellent. Okay.
Am I on the range?
I don't think so. I don't even think. I think that you. Let me see.
On the public hearing, none of the words were embodied. Remember, we couldn't get the mics to work, so
I can't hear you, MJ. What are you saying?
On
That's
the
why you need to sit up here.
on the public
No.
hearing that we had, and when we couldn't get the mics to work, it did not record.
Oh,
Wonderful.
Okay, so the only people that will be on this are the three people sitting in the front, unfortunately. That is as far as it goes. So,
Did they change it because before it was kept picking up everybody at the
that's
table?
all that it's picking up right now. So I don't know. I don't know. Okay. So this is the meeting of the Webster Conservation Commission for January 12th, 2022. We'll do a roll call. Do you want to begin, Isabel?
Isabel Brittenall here.
Betsy Janeway, here.
Mary Jo McGowan here.
Chris Shadler, here.
Sally Embley, here.
And we have a guest with us tonight, Joe.
Yes.
Joe Pulaski, here.
Good, thank you.
Chris, who's taking notes tonight?
Betsy,
Great.
thank you. Betsy. Okay. So. All right.
So does someone have a paper copy of the agenda?
Well,
Or do you have?
I did.
I never got it.
I know, I didn't get it either.
You didn't get the agenda?
I didn't get any of it.
It's right on your,
No.
okay.
Isabel sent me,
What can I say? I sent it out to
Chris?
everybody.
Chris?
Yeah.
You didn't send it to MJ, you sent it to Bob Quinn.
Mary Jo and Bob. I sent it to Mary Jo and Bob.
No,
it just
That's
ended
what
up-
it says.
It just said, well, I didn't get it. She forwarded it to me, but I didn't get the attachments, and you probably didn't see it till too late.
right.
I was actually in the office today.
Oh, how was that?
Okay. So we have a number of things to talk about. So first, we've done roll call. A minutes recorder. I think that we should have a permanent minutes recorder. I really do. What do you all think about this? I know that nobody really wants to do it. If I wasn't chair,
I'll do it.
I could be the.
I'll do it.
Thank you, Betsy.
No,
You're a
I'll be
saint.
her alternate.
Yep,
Thank you.
okay.
Wonderful. Okay, so next on the agenda is minutes approval. So I went downstairs this afternoon and retrieved some of the minutes that Linda Clark left in the stash of stuff that she had. And so there were meeting minutes from our June meeting. And I think that I gave them to you. It's a Gmail copy.
June 10th.
Okay, so if you need a minute to review those minutes,
Yes.
you can do that now.
Chris,
Yeah.
I'd just like to point out that there are two sets of minutes from June. One is a work session and one is our regular meeting. So
Yes.
we should be clear about that.
Well, yes,
What we're approving.
we're going to get to the work session in just a minute.
It's a work session, yeah. These are the minutes by Linda Clark. I move we approve them.
I second.
Okay, a second has been put on the table, so if there's any discussion about these,
About what?
June
these
9th.
minutes that we're reading
Are we
right
Are
now.
we doing both at the same
No.
time?
No.
or just-
No.
June 9th.
No,
We're doing the June 9 minutes.
yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Okay?
this looks good to me.
Yep.
Sally, you okay with it?
I'm looking at, okay, I'm sorry, I haven't seen the pile of those. Who did the,
It looks like this, what you're looking
Yes.
for.
It's a Gmail.
Right.
it's a Zoom? It's
No,
virtual?
it's, no,
No.
it says WCC underneath Gmail. There you go.
This is the one that I did.
No, these are from the work session. We're gonna get to those in a minute. So this is the one.
Oh, okay, I see it.
No, this
Really
is the
did a
one.
lot of minutes, didn't she?
That looks like
I think this is it, June 9th.
9th, June 9th.
I
Yeah, you
got
have
that.
it?
Okay.
Okay, great. Okay.
I have a comment on the meeting, on the minutes.
Uh-huh.
We will wait to approve the April minutes in the July meeting.
Yeah.
Do we know if we ever did that? Because I do have the April minutes
Okay,
on my
great.
computer.
On your computer?
Yeah, I don't have them printed out,
I don't either.
but I do have them, and
I
they're.
have the July minutes, and I don't think we passed any.
I don't know who took
I
these.
I propose that MJ, you forward all the April minutes to us and we address it at the next meeting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with that. I don't know who took these minutes. I did not, because they're not in my format, but, it doesn't.
Sally, are you okay with these minutes? Let's get through June
Let's get through.
9th. Let's try to just get through.
Yep, I was just commenting on the statement, the first statement of
Yes.
the minutes.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
that's fine with me.
okay, great. So, all in favor of approving the minutes of the June 9th, 2021 meeting?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? No. Okay, so that is the June 9th meeting. Then there was the work session.
Yes.
And the work session took place on June 23rd.
Yep.
And this was, oh, I remember this meeting well, but we were figuring out how we were going to present the ordinance. And so that was a good work session.
Your notes, Sally recorded the notes from the work session.
Oh, Sally, you did these?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep, it's a good job.
I can't make a motion to approve.
No,
I move we accept the notes from the work session,
of June 23rd.
June 23rd.
Yep, good.
Yep, I will second them.
Okay, hearing a second. Any other discussion about them? Great. All in favor of accepting the minutes from the work session on June 23rd?
Aye.
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 Okay, great. Okay, now July. What did we say about July? June 9th. Is that?
No, this is July. July 21. Here we are. See, there are different formats. This is by NJ.
This is the
Okay,
format that I
21
was-
July.
Yep.
This is the format that you use, MJ?
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, this is when Betsy, you were in Maine.
Oh, that's right. You were in
You were
Maine.
in Maine.
Right.
remotely
phone.
by phone.
I did. I was so responsible. Mm. Mm. Michelle, bug nights.
No bug nights.
No? No bug nights.
No, sadly.
Why, there were no bugs?
No, because of COVID.
Oh, COVID, yeah. God. Well, I move we accept the July 21 minutes.
There are 2 pages to this, right? Did everybody get both pages?
Yep.
I feel like we discussed these subsequent to July 21st, and we said that number 2 was not correct. We weren't finishing out the schedule, but I'm not sure it's relevant any longer.
No, it's not, but at the time.
At the time, I think we said we're not, that wasn't what we decided.
That's
Oh,
right.
really?
That's correct.
What did we
That is
decide then?
correct. That we would set up a new schedule.
From that point forward? So
But it,
I don't know that it matters
matters.
much
I
at this
agree. We're
point.
gonna do it differently.
So is there, I would move to accept the meetings from 21 July 21.
All right, Chris seconded.
Any discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, it's July. August is missing in action.
August?
Let me just see if I have them
I
on.
know, I don't know if you have August now.
On my computer, because I try to save them.
I can't get them because I can't.
I think the problem was that I wrote them up and never typed them and sent them out.
Oh.
I'm sure I typed them, but I don't know what happened after that, so my
So,
bad.
okay, so you know they're MIA.
Yes, And
What I can do is find the agenda for that August meeting.
you know, I went through, my real problem is I forget to put down what year it is.
Oh,
Mhm.
I found minutes from the previous year,
oh
but that
dear,
doesn't help at all.
no.
I have had that same problem, so you're not alone.
Ugh.
I thought, did we actually meet in August? I've lost track. I thought there was one
I don't
month
think we
where we
meet in
didn't meet.
I know.
We were meeting, let's see, well, we didn't meet as a group in December.
I thought
No,
September.
I meant in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
We
did.
normally go on a hiatus in August, don't we?
Yes.
Yes, and here's the minutes for September,
I think I have those.
September 8th.
Well, Isabel, that could have been what happened unless you remember actually doing minutes for August.
I thought I did, but lately I couldn't tell you
We're all
what day it
sympathetic.
is.
I
We're all
mean,
sympathetic.
it could have been last August, you're remembering if your brain is working like mine lately.
So we don't have any minutes for August.
Uh,
Right.
Okay,
Well, we
Um,
don't think, we're not sure if we had a meeting, but let me see if I can figure that out.
Okay. Not sure what we met. Oh,
Because I seem to think we didn't meet, because it feels like we did take a day off.
September. September 8th.
yeah, that's a September.
I know, but I'm trying to get through all the minutes so we can get to our business,
Right.
you know?
So, yeah, take a look at the September 8th minutes while MJ's.
Linda wrote them. There they are, all on one page. Mm.
Oh, we accepted the minutes for April, June, and July.
Yes, good.
Should have
Ah.
looked at these sooner.
And there was no WCC meeting in May.
Huh,
That's
All right.
odd.
No, that was when Dan, that was the meeting that Dan tried to schedule and somebody
Oh.
forgot to
Mm.
do a Zoom or something.
Right.
So there was no meeting.
Right.
okay.
So,
Mm.
again, because I do think I had it on my calendar, and so I must have done it, but it's missing.
So, seems like we've done a lot of accepting of minutes. I have the October ones here.
We're on September 8th, Betsy.
Yeah, September 8th. We reviewed and accepted the minutes from April, June, and July.
So these minutes look fine to me. I would move to accept them.
You haven't
September
seconded.
September 8th.
You haven't seconded that. Mrs. Janeway has a motion to, or
I'll
to
second
accept.
it.
I don't
Second.
have.
Oh,
the-
Betsy made the motion?
Yeah.
I'll second it then.
Okay. Thank you,
Good,
Joe.
thanks, Joe. Any other discussion on these? Okay, all in favor of accepting the minutes for September 8th, 2021?
Aye.
Did you hand them
Aye.
out tonight? I didn't get them.
Pardon me?
Did you hand them out tonight?
Mm.
Do you have them right there, Betsy?
If you
Yes, I
don't-
have them right here.
Here you are.
Oh, thanks, I didn't get them
Okay.
in my file.
And here's the October ones.
Before we do that,
Yes.
do we have any minutes from the work session on September 14th?
Yeah, I didn't see any.
No, I did not.
Okay.
I remembered the work session, though. I remember we were planning on preparing for the planning board hearing that was coming up
Yes.
a couple of days after
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you.
all right, October.
Um,
Won't be great to get all these minutes done.
Yeah.
Oh, October 13th.
I don't know that I have
Mary
those.
Jo wrote them. Beautiful.
They're for October, Betsy?
I have
Yes.
an extra copy if you need one.
I would love to see that, yeah.
Huh, MJ will find easement list and reach out to Betsy.
Oh, I
Work
saw
on a
those
plan to
tonight.
get easement monitoring complete.
Thank you.
I got a tiny bit of a ways into that, but not,
It's all right, you just need to go out.
yeah.
I'll bet Joe would like to see all our conservation areas that we monitor them every year. And we should have done it now. We try to do it right after the hunting season,
Okay.
before the snow falls.
Well, I don't mind doing it when the snow's on the ground. I actually think that March is,
Hmm?
February and March are two of the best times to do it, I think.
Yeah,
We'll talk about that in just
Yeah.
a second.
okay.
Let's focus on,
October 13th, I move we
no,
accept our,
just a second, though.
okay,
Under
sorry.
number 5,
Yes,
there was a motion to accept the FAQs as written. I did not think so. I did not think that the
Second by Chris
FAQs passed
passed.
at all.
It was dependent on the outcome of the hearing.
Oh, and then the hearing began to change things in the ordinance. Okay. Okay. Okay,
I have
Good.
a small thing, would you correct the spelling of my last name, MJ, please?
Did I misspell your last name, because mine, first and last name was misspelled in one of
There's
them.
two
It's two
L's.
L's,
Correct.
Yeah,
2 L's.
Two L's, please.
I don't have, I'm not, wait, hang on.
Right.
Maybe I have them open.
Well, Betsy just needs to correct them.
Yeah, it's fine.
But should you?
Going forward.
Okay,
Yeah,
We're gonna vote on that?
Can I just
Nobody
see that?
seconded it
No.
yet.
Can I
just a
Yes.
second here, I think.
You wanted the FAQ thing straightened out.
Well, the
Yes.
FAQ thing had been, well, this is the motion that was made, and then subsequent to that, we attended the hearing and they changed some things around. So the FAQ never went into the grapevine. But we wouldn't have known that at this time.
Right.
So,
I have a question.
go ahead.
Number 7,
Yeah,
the last sentence says, there's a subcommittee, we'll look at the content, blah, blah, blah. We set up a subcommittee, who's on it?
the subcommittee
We looked at the
was you,
Me?
Sue Roman, and Sue Roth.
Oh, no. We're the subcommittee
Oh,
that
the
worked on
education
the ordinance.
committee. Are you talking about the, I'm sorry,
I'm talking about the last sentence of number 7.
okay.
Number 7, it's the educational strategy to promote awareness of
Right.
the ordinance.
Yeah, and that would be, Sally and I were supposed to be working on that.
Okay.
And I don't know if there was somebody else that was going to help.
It might have been me.
Was I gonna do that? Was I gonna help with that?
Well, if you want to, I mean, we're at that point right now, whether, but we'll get to that in just a minute.
Yeah, okay, so there was a subcommittee.
There was a subcommittee.
Okay.
Okay, I can't remember now whether we voted on this at all. We voted to accept the minutes of October 13th?
No, we
No,
haven't.
No,
you
we
have
haven't done
not-
that
no
yet.
seconded yet, nobody seconded, you have a move to accept, no second.
I wrote them.
You wrote them.
You wrote
so-
them, but who's going to second them? Oh,
Not
I'll
me.
second them.
Well, we're voting on the amended minutes with the changes, right?
September 8th?
No,
October.
13th.
Thank you, we're going October 13th.
Right.
Okay,
And
What-
there are changes,
What,
correct?
what changes? Your name?
My name, and then the motion to accept the facts was pending outcome of the hearing.
The
That's true.
the motion, I'm sorry.
Number 5, last sentence of number 5. Motion to accept the facts as
FAQs.
written after adding the word legal in first response made by Isabel, seconded by Chris Cass. You pointed out that we didn't.
At the time of this writing,
Uh-huh.
this was correct.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
I thought we said pending the outcome of the upcoming hearing. That's what I remember.
Oh, okay, if we can amend that to say that, because that's in essence what happened. So Betsy, do you want to write that in?
I have it and I'll send them to you.
ah,
Okay, you're sure?
Yep, I have it
Okay,
right here.
great. So I make a motion to accept the minutes of October 13th, 2021 as amended.
I'll second.
All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Aye. Good. Okay, that's October.
Chris moved, wait a minute, who seconded it?
I did.
Oh, thank you, Sally. Do I need to write down this, who, is that part of the minutes, who seconded it?
Yeah,
Yep.
It's all in there, okay.
yeah. And then, so now we're on October. No, we're on November.
Yes,
And
Were there any minutes of the November meeting? This is
I have
just a
no
work session.
minutes from November.
well, somebody must have taken those minutes.
I took October, so I don't think I would have taken November's, but,
Sally, are those the minutes you took?
I could have sworn it was over the summer.
When did we meet in November?
It would have been the second Wednesday
Yeah.
in November.
Okay. I don't have-
So,
Don't have a calendar.
okay, so November's, I'll look for the agenda. And that might help us a little bit. So we've done October and September, August,
Yes, not sure we met.
that's what?
August minutes, not sure we met.
Right. And,
I see email around August, I don't see anything with an agenda or anything
Yeah.
for August.
okay, we might not have. Okay, so this is good. We've made progress on this.
Yes,
And, a resolution for the new year is to approve the minutes
immediately.
every single month, every
Yes.
single month.
Yes,
Um,
no,
And that's how we.
The
Have always
November
done it.
date would have been the 11th.
Thank
No, it
you.
would have been the 10th, dear.
November 10th?
The second Wednesday?
Yes. Thank you,
10th.
Joe. November 10th. God, I have no recollection whatsoever.
Joe, you're so useful.
Agreed.
Keep us honest
Yeah,
anyway.
tell my wife that, will you?
We'll sign an affidavit.
Yeah.
I don't want David brought into this at all. So,
So, I just found something relative to November. It's an email from Chris on, no meeting today, meeting Monday, 11/6 at 5:30. We were on the agenda for that meeting, so that was talking to,
What?
that was talking about, I think,
It is not clear to me.
it's just what the email says. Hi all, no meeting today. And this email was sent out on November 24th. So, meeting Monday, 11/6 at 5:30. So that can't be right. That's not right. Must be 12/6. That was the select board meeting,
Yes.
not the meeting for us.
huh,
Sorry.
okay. Let's move along.
Yeah.
November, I've got a question mark around that.
Okay.
The next item here is on the water precinct bid.
Chris, we haven't done anything about the November 20th work session minutes.
Work session.
That's what I've got here.
Oh, okay.
November
Do we
20th?
have to approve them?
The work session minutes we do.
Okay, then we better do it.
Well, I am not in possession of them. They didn't come up for me.
No.
So would you like to read them?
Sure, they're short. You sent them. That's how I got them.
Okay.
Draft minutes, Webster CC, present. This is work session field work, November 20, 2021. Present, Mary Jo, Sally, Chris, Betsy by proxy. I don't know what that means. I guess you were in Maine again.
No, I
And
wasn't.
absent was Isabel.
November 20th? Oh.
That wasn't a Saturday, was it?
Correct. That's a Saturday.
So that
was
was
this-
our field trip.
That was leading up to the bids.
Do you want me to read this?
So it was just, yeah, sure, go ahead.
The commission met at Town Hall and drove to Walker Pond Road to view parcel 66, 32.4 acre lot currently owned by the Bosquen Water Precinct. They have offered the parcel for sale. We studied the town map of the area, figured the water frontage, proximity to loon nest sites, and proximity to another town holding of 10 acres which is nearby. We discussed the benefits of bidding on this parcel and all agreed that it would benefit Walker Pond. Chris motioned to move ahead with making a bid to the Bosquen Water Precinct. It was seconded by MJ. Chris, MJ, and Betsy by proxy voted in favor. Sally abstained. The motion passed by majority of the WCC 3-1, submitted by Chris Shadler, Chair, Webster Conservation Commission.
Great.
Hmm.
That was what happened. So I would move to accept the minutes of our work session, our field work on November 20th.
Second.
Any discussion?
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Isabel.
Yay, we all caught up?
We're getting
Sort of.
there. We're getting there.
Sort of.
I'm getting to hate minutes. Boy.
The water precinct bid, I'm sure everybody knows by now
Yes.
what happened. And I asked Bruce Crawford if he was going to consider supporting documents, which he said that he would. And so I had hoped that between then and now, I would have heard from him
Yeah.
with a reconsideration for who should win the bid on that property. But having not heard from him, that's pretty much all we need to know, that they decided to go with the highest bidder. And Maria Santos is the one who won that bid. She is an extremely conservation-minded woman, and that property will wind up in conservation. So perhaps not tonight, but at our next meeting, I would suggest that we discuss how to possibly proceed with Maria in terms of assisting her any way that she needs assisting, putting her in touch with, or perhaps we can be an intermediary with Five Rivers or Osborne Sargent, whoever we think would be a good holder for that easement.
Okay.
So that's basically where we stand.
Mhm.
It was amazing, the bidding, it was amazing.
Oh.
How many people showed up and placed bids on properties, and it was a very interesting process.
It was, and what was interested me was that I strongly suspect our Senator Harold French was bidding on the land through his lawyer in Concord, so his name never came up. But they kept coming these bids from a lawyer, and we had heard that Mr. French wanted to buy the land and develop it. To me, this is an enormous a conflict of interest when the senator, who is supposed to be helping the towns that he's elected to be our senator, is working against us in order to make money for himself. So, I hope we can defeat him in the next election.
So he did not win a
No,
darn thing. I
he
don't
didn't.
think,
No,
Was this sealed bids or was it?
Yes.
Oh.
yes.
Do you know what the bids are?
Yeah.
What were they?
Well, our bid was $37,460, something like that, close to that.
Patty mocked bid.
$65,000.
Well, good for you.
And Maria bid 95.
Wow, yeah.
It was really stunning. And the large lot, the only other large lot available at Walker Pond was bid upon by two people. Maria, again.
Oh, yeah, again, yeah.
She was, she really, the property abutted her property,
Yeah.
and she really wanted that. She bid $60-some thousand for that. But the Derbies bought it, won the bid.
Michelle?
And they bid something like $102,000 for that 9-acre parcel. Which abuts their property and now
And gives
provides them with
gives
water
access to
frontage.
the lake, yeah.
It
So,
was pretty exciting.
So
I'd
though,
never
so
been
though
to a
it
bidding.
won't go into conservation, it probably will not be sold off in any
No,
way.
Oh, no.
it'll just be, I think, I don't know if they'll
9
do a
acres,
lot
that's
line
a
adjustment,
beautiful
but
piece
they,
of property.
It was
their
very
property
exciting.
was
Pardon me?
landlocked from the
The
lake.
bidding was very,
Very
it was exciting. I'd never seen
competitive
anything like
problem,
that.
very
yeah.
competitive.
No.
I'm happy that Michelle got it personally,
Michelle?
yeah,
Yes.
because, I mean, it's, I mean, it.
Oh, you
they're-
mean
it-
Michelle Derby?
Michelle Derby.
Oh, okay.
That it gave them access to the, I'm
Mhm.
happy for her,
Good.
for them.
So, anyway, I think, so for the wetland ordinance stuff that we have to talk about tonight, that's gonna be the bulk of our conversation. But the other things are very important too. These are shorter probably, but the budget, we need to come to some agreement on forming our budget for this coming year.
Mhm.
And so, let's talk about that
Okay.
briefly.
Does someone have a copy of the agenda? that
Oh,
we can
here,
look at?
I'll share
I just
mine
wanted
with
to
you.
glance at it, just to see what we have.
Sure. The town has always provided us with $500
Mhm.
to take care of administrative costs. And so, that's one thing. And then, a couple of years ago, we asked for more money because we had it in mind that we were going to start a speakers seminar, a speakers series. And then what happened suddenly is the wetland ordinance began to take precedence over every aspect of our Conservation Commission lives.
Mhm.
And so we never had the bandwidth to pursue that. So here we are on the backside of the wetland ordinance, and the select board would very much like to know, should they continue to supply us with $2,500, none of which I believe we spent at all this past year.
Which would revert back to the general fund.
It does always go back to the general fund, yes. So, we will, if we decide to put together a brochure to send out to the townspeople within the next 2 months, we will have printing costs. Those printing costs, it depends upon how, well, first of all, we have to decide whether we want to have something to send out to every family in town. Do we want to do that? Or do we want to simply have materials available on voting day, which I think is March, our town meeting is March 15th. So it is, I think, the Tuesday,
March 15th?
yeah, is that a Saturday?
Saturday?
No, it's a Tuesday.
That may be election day,
Yeah,
I don't,
you know, for.
are you sure, March?
March
March
15th is a
15th
Tuesday.
Okay, then maybe, didn't think it was that late.
Oh,
What is the prior Tuesday?
8.
That's the day it is. That's
Election
March
day?
8th. March 8th is elections. And so when people, you know, this is a ballot vote, so,
Yeah.
so they'll be coming here to vote. Generally, not very many people show up to vote for town elections. But we should have materials here available for them. But in addition to that, the planning board has written the language for the ballot for the Wetland Protection Act.
Huh,
It's in a draft form. I think it's really well done. And the people that did this were Craig, Sue Roman, and Sue Roth.
okay.
So I can read it to you.
Can you also send that to us, Chris?
Yes, I just got this in this copy right before the meeting tonight.
Uh-huh.
So
That's not part of the budget. You had the budget. You were talking about the budget.
we are talking about the budget.
Is that part of it?
Well, whether or not to put out flyers ahead of time.
Okay.
Well, there are other things that we could spend the $2,500 on, in addition to the flyers.
Okay, good. So that's what we want to hear about. I can table that for a moment.
What's the fiscal year? 2022, what's the day? When does our fiscal year start?
January 1.
January 1, so
Yeah.
we're in it now.
So we are we're in the current fiscal year. So, you know, one possible thing to spend money on is a brochure or some kind of marketing tool. If we decide to mail to every family, then we need to figure out,
Maybe attach it to the grapevine?
That's just what I was thinking.
well, grapevine is something that we have to do anyway. Oh, you mean to have
Put it in the grapevine.
a full, yeah, we could do that.
There's an insert fee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, then that saves us a whole lot of postage.
Oh my gosh, that'll save you a lot of money.
Yeah?
Postage is a killer.
I know.
Postage is a killer,
No.
even if you get a bulk rate or a city, county,
No.
or town rate or whatever. Postage-
So-
That'll eat that $2,500 up and
Yeah,
you still won't have them all out.
Okay, so if we do an insert in the grapevine,
Yeah.
I think that we should compensate, would we be running off the insert ourselves and then giving it to Dee?
Has to
Yes.
be.
yes.
We've
Yes.
done that,
I
yes.
think so.
I think so too.
Okay,
We hand
good,
them to
because
her.
otherwise I think we should compensate her for
Yeah.
her costs,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah. I
Um,
think, I mean, aren't we gonna do it maybe like a glossy or something?
We were
Like what,
thinking
MJ?
that.
What?
Glossy?
Yeah, you had some ideas, Chris, for.
I did,
including
but
it.
it's not gonna happen.
Oh,
You know, I mean, my idea was that we would send out, you know, a sort of
a beautiful,
a beautiful
Right.
thing,
Yeah.
something beautiful,
yeah.
with beautiful pictures and, you
Yeah.
know, maybe 4 to 6 pages long on a little brochure this big. Anyway, that's not gonna happen. So, but we can do in color, I think we should
Mhm.
have pictures in color of some of our, you know, a wetland or two and the Blackwater River.
Mhm.
I've got really good pictures of the Blackwater. I'm sure everybody does. Um, and, and then, you know, the language that goes into that. So are we talking about, well, I guess it would be up to the education subcommittee to work that out. So it's important that we do this thing in a way that stands out and looks, you know, invites people to read it and all of that. So I would invite anybody who wants to participate in working on that brochure, please.
Chris,
Yeah,
in July, Wetlands Education Program, we decided that the brochure pamphlet Faqs would be worked on. The subcommittee for that would be MJ, Sally, and Isabel.
oh, well, I love this.
You should be involved with that too because of your ideas about the brochure.
Well, I'm glad to be involved with it.
Yeah, I have definitely got more capacity than I did back then.
You
Sorry.
have more
I have more
capacity?
capacity now than I did back then,
Oh, good.
so
So you can help?
I'm winding out. Yes,
Good.
I can help. I mean, I'm still working full-time, but I'm
Are you retiring again, MJ?
I am still retiring, yeah.
Yay!
Good.
Our date of retirement has never come. It's not
No.
like we backed off on it. We're still on target for when we
No.
wanted to retire, so.
Good. So this would entail a work session.
Yep.
And because there would be at least 3 of us, it would have to be a noticed meeting. Joe, you're invited to come if you would like to participate.
Okay.
It's completely up
Send
to
me
you.
a notice.
I don't know what
I
you
mean,
love
if
doing.
if I can come, I'll come.
Okay, great. So I'll announce that and include you in on the emails. So I would suggest sometime in the next couple of weeks
Mhm.
that we sit down, maybe next week. My next week,
Mhm.
let's see. I have physical therapy and that's it.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
I'd like to suggest, Chris, that we review what our ideas are for the educational piece for the town. We've been talking about doing the brochure, which is great. The other thing that we've talked about is having some kind of educational walk or program. And we talked about hiring Bob Quinn to do that.
Mhm.
Mhm.
There may or may not be time.
I don't think there's time.
No,
There may or may not be time to do that at this point, but it is something that we talked about and agreed on. So
Yeah, but I don't
we
think
should
there's,
pursue
not only
that.
time, but weather.
I volunteered to try and get a hold of Bob and see what might be doable if we want to consider spending money on doing that between now and March.
Is that like like a town hall thing or a field
It could be
thing?
a field trip, it could be, we haven't really decided.
Mhm.
well, I think when we meet, you know, well, when we meet next week, if we're able to do this next week,
Mhm.
I think the focus should be completely on the substance and the formatting of the brochure. I've never heard Bob speak. Is he a good speaker?
He's great in the field.
Yeah, he's
Right.
great, he's great in the field.
Right.
I've heard him speak, but probably not
I
as much
must have
as
heard him
you.
speak,
Yeah, I've heard him do presentations. He's engaging.
yeah.
Um,
He's better in the field, I think.
well, okay, so,
Yeah, I haven't got as much experience with
I
him
know, I haven't
as
had it, no.
so
but I've
here's the
been
thing
Not for
though.
years.
in the field.
We've got Omicron right now. I don't
Uh-huh.
know how we plan for anything indoors
Yeah.
Right.
with
I agree.
Omicron.
Yeah, it
So,
would have to be outside. Can we
It would
do
have
that
to be.
now? I don't know.
right,
Well, what, are we talking about this right now, or are we?
yes,
So
we're
what
talking,
do we want him to do? Like, what's the gist of what we're asking him to do?
Well, we've talked about, for example, him talking about vernal pools,
Yeah,
Mhm.
talking about wetlands in general. I mean, he can do a nice spiel about wetlands on Call Road, for example,
You can,
and other places.
He can certainly get enthusiastic about
Yeah,
vernal
oh,
pools.
yeah, yeah.
He could what?
Get enthusiastic about vernal pools. He's
Yeah.
pretty.
However, the excitement of vernal pools is March and April,
I
Right,
know,
and our vote is
early
in
March.
February.
yeah.
No,
Ah!
early March.
No, it's in March.
It's March, okay.
Early March.
So
but
I think it
pre-vernal
could be
pool weather.
actually very
Alright.
timely.
Maybe.
There are more and more towns around that are doing amphibian watches.
Yep,
Yes,
And it's sort of becoming a thing.
it is.
And God knows, we've got so many amphibian crosses
help us
in
out,
this,
Amanda, across
in
the
this
road.
town. So we could, I think it would be actually fun to advertise a talk like that, a walking talk, a talking walk,
Talk and walk.
like one of those things. So would you, yeah, ask Bob,
Well,
and
and we were gonna pay him,
yes,
so.
yes. So, you know, we have some money to spend on education. We could, this is the kind of thing that we could, well, we have the money, so yes,
I'll talk to Bob.
I would
I'll try to get him.
encourage us to,
Yeah, I
You'll
don't
need to
know
get
what
that
his
done
schedule-
quickly because you want to get it in the February grapevine
yeah, yeah.
to get it, if you're going to do it in March.
Yes,
We
thank
want to
you.
get this brochure in the February grapevine too,
Whew.
you're right.
Well, and the other sort of document piece, in addition to the brochure, is some of the stuff that we've already done. And also that may be in the works, like the Faqs, FAQS. I'd like to, I've sent that to everybody, I'd like to get your feedback on that, and I think, why not either post it, or put it in the grapevine,
Why
or
not put
do
it in the
something.
brochure?
ditto with the grandfathering piece.
Why not incorporate that into the brochure?
Well,
Not like on
We
the back?
could do that, but it's a good standalone kind of a thing.
Yeah,
And we had talked in previous, where are my minutes here? We talked about others, Chris, you were gonna do something on buffers. Mary Jo, you were gonna do something on
I
ag.
had no idea what that assignment was. I
Okay,
said, yeah, I
okay,
guess,
okay,
I don't know
all right,
what it
okay.
even was.
And Chris, you were gonna talk to Sue Roth about doing something on variance versus cups.
on, oh,
Variance.
oh,
You remember?
yeah.
Okay.
I think that,
Definition of terms, maybe?
yeah, so
Just
we
write
have
up
that,
What's the
Well,
buffer?
the idea is
What-
to put together, again, a standalone piece that would get stuck somewhere in the grapevine or on the town website. That was the idea.
so, do you remember when you sent that FAQ thing out to us?
Uh-huh.
Today,
When?
When? I sent it out today.
today.
Oh, you did? Oh, I haven't
To
seen it
you.
yet. Yeah, I haven't, I didn't see it.
Okay,
I
okay.
got
It'll come.
I got it today.
Yeah, I asked, I was hoping everybody could take a look at it before the meeting tonight.
Oh, you mean the old FAQs?
No, the new
This
one.
is the new-
No, I revised it, Chris.
I
I
have,
looked at the ordinance, the
Mm.
current ordinance that's posted on the town website.
Yes,
And I then looked at the facts, and I revised it to reflect
The changes.
exactly.
And those were the red marks in
You
your,
have seen it, okay.
yeah. And
I
so
have
the
3
very
comments on
first
that.
one on top was the one we decided not to use. It was the gazebo one. So I clearly remember that we didn't want to use that because it sort of set up a false kind of scenario where it wouldn't have mattered anyway because the person, anyway,
Yeah.
I think that we should talk about those FAQs
Okay,
maybe at the,
okay, it's been, hanging around, I really wish we could make a decision about it, either use it or not.
no, I think we should use.
Well,
We should have an FAQ and it should go in the
Okay.
grapevine in my view.
Okay, let's get it done.
Yeah.
so, we have 2 weeks to get all this stuff in the grapevine. If the 25th is still her cutoff, which it used to always be.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, can I give you my comments on the FAQs right now?
Yes, that would be great. If you have comments, send them to me.
Okay, well, I'd rather almost discuss them rather than just say, here's my comment.
Yeah.
You'd rather,
Me
what?
too.
I didn't, I'm
Can I
sorry.
just discuss them right now,
Sure.
quickly? So I don't remember saying we're gonna eliminate the first one,
I don't
so,
either.
and I think it's fine the way it's written, except for I didn't. It says this ordinance generally applies to new structures, and that makes it sound like, generally it does, but
Generally.
not always. It seems iffy to me. Can we just remove the word generally?
I agree. I don't know
Existing
This ordinance applies
structures.
to new structures and land
what-
uses.
And land uses.
Instead of, and take out the word generally.
Yeah.
That just made it sound wishy-washy
Yeah.
to me.
Good.
Good.
The second one was, I just have three quick things. The second one was, this ordinance permits, it's under, it's down
Where are you?
towards, I don't know how to tell you. Let's see.
Would these be discussion of
It's
the
under-
FAQs?
Because they're not numbered, yes, discussion of the FAQs. It's towards the bottom. It is about,
You know what FAQ stands for?
What's the Q?
Frequently
what if I
asked
want to add a new
questions.
dock?
Frequently asked questions.
Oh, thank you.
I didn't
It's on the
hear.
bottom of page one, I think.
Okay, the ordinance, what if I want to add a new dock and my
Yeah.
land is within the district?
And so it just sounds like this ordinance permits construction of a dock or similar structure in accord with state law. And if that's.
accordance.
That's, I thought it should be in accordance with.
Well,
to-
I don't disagree with you, except this is the wording from the ordinance, and I used it explicitly
Okay.
because it says
Maybe we
that
should quote it
in the ordinance.
or something,
Okay.
because my only concern was not that it's right or wrong, but that it sounds more legal, it's not common language. It sounded like kind of, I didn't want people to think we were being
Yeah.
highfalutin.
So put it in quotes.
Either put it in quotes and then maybe cite it to the ordinance or something.
Oh, no.
Then
no.
just put it in quotes.
Yeah.
And I thought I had a third one, and now I can't find it highlighted. Maybe I didn't highlight it, let me just, I can look through while I thought I had three. I'm not.
All of the things that you had in red, Isabel, I thought were good.
I'm not seeing red.
Okay, okay. All right, I can easily make those changes, and then, what do we want to do with this?
Well, I think it should go in the grapevine.
Okay,
And I think it should be, should have a banner on the top of it that clearly announces that these are FAQs regarding the
the
Wetland-
title says, frequently asked questions about the proposed wetlands and watershed protection ordinance.
okay. And is that in big?
Look, Candy,
Okay.
do you want to also post it on the town website?
Sure.
Now,
Yes.
do you want me to contact Dee about this, or is it better for you to do that?
Once you have, oh, you can do it.
Is it better for you to do it? I'd want to make it as simple as possible for Dee.
I think
Are we
that-
going to have other stuff?
Yes, the
Okay, then
brochure.
maybe it all ought to come from you, Chris, okay?
that's fine.
Well,
Okay.
I don't think we should drib and drab it in. We should, I
We
think
should put it as,
maybe we tell her, we're gonna have several pieces to put in the grapevine.
Uh-huh.
How do you want it? Do you want them as we get them, or would you rather have them?
Well, I was going to suggest, MJ, that whatever we want in the next grapevine goes to Dee all at the same time.
That's
Yeah,
fine. That
I
probably
agree.
is
Yeah,
easiest
and
for
that
her.
Chris should do that.
Yep,
That's
Okay,
fine.
great.
sorry,
We're
I
gonna
can't
run
find
them
the
off
third-
first so
third
that
one.
she can insert them, right?
when it comes to the brochure, for sure, the FAQ thing,
Could be just copied.
how does she do that?
What? What's the
I don't
question?
know, I don't know how she does her copying. If we provided,
Oh, she's got this big machine there?
she does.
Yeah.
But I think she typesets and does all her actual pages, but when someone like a candidate or somebody gives her an insert, they just give her an insert and she just sticks it in.
Okay,
Yeah.
but then does she run that off?
I don't think
No,
so. I
no.
think they give them they give her a staff.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's really paying to insert it.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And
So
we might
then-
want to think about a color. Making
A
it
what?
green- Making
Color.
it green or blue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we can talk
We
about
can
that.
firm this up at the other meeting.
Yes, in our work session. Do we want to set a date right now for that work session?
Mhm.
Tuesday or Wednesday would probably work better for me, and I could do it earlier than end of day.
Like the afternoon. Is
When,
that
when
possible?
could you do it, MJ?
I could probably do it around 3,
Ooh, that would be great.
When?
3,
3-ish,
What?
3?
3:30.
What day?
Tuesday is fine.
Tuesday,
Tuesday, what date?
This next
the
Tuesday,
18th.
the
Okay, and
18th.
what is this for everyone?
Oh, wait, hold on. The 18th.
Is that when you have physical therapy?
I'd have PT in the morning. Here, there's something else.
You need your
Wed-
book.
Wednesday would be better, if it's okay with you.
Wednesday, I think all my meetings are in the morning, and I can take off early in the afternoon.
Ooh, so can you take off before 3? I mean, can we meet before 3 or is 3 safe?
3's safe.
Okay.
I could, and if I can do it earlier, I can let you guys know.
3 o'clock on Wednesday, the 19th?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, and what's the purpose of the meeting?
that's the that's the
Brochure meeting.
Okay, and who's doing that? You guys. I don't need
I think
I
you're
thought you were on the
included.
committee.
to do that. What?
I thought you were on the subcommittee.
Am I? Okay.
That's the educational materials subcommittee.
Okay.
So,
But I
one-
mean, you've done a lot, so I mean,
yeah,
but you still might
knows.
wanna, you're gonna wanna
Where should it be?
proof it anyway.
we will have to have it up here.
Is there a whiteboard up here?
There can be.
That might not be a
Um,
bad thing to do for a brochure. Kind of whiteboard stuff out.
Okay, I'll have Russ bring it up.
If it's
So-
not a
Okay.
big deal.
So 3 PM, January 19th
Mhm.
at the Grange. Okay. And notice, Dana. Okay, and whiteboard. Okay, and so we'll work on, okay, so yeah, the answer to your question is yes, we'll run off the FAQs downstairs, and they can do color downstairs, I think, but if they can't,
Wait,
I-
so this is gonna be an insert? Oh, okay.
We're talking about the FAQs now, or the?
yeah, the FAQs, I think,
I think they can be black on a piece of colored paper.
oh, just use colored paper?
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay,
Just because it stands out in the grapevine, for the
Yeah.
FAQs.
okay, I don't know what colors they have down there. Green would be great,
Green or blue.
blue would be nice. I'll
I
see
mean,
what-
I'm just thinking it'll stand out and people, catches people's attention. I always notice one right away when they're,
And your brochure, what's it gonna be?
Hi,
We were wondering if we could get on the agenda for the next meeting to talk to you.
sure.
Do we just ask to get on it? Is it that simple?
Yeah, why don't you take down my email and send me an email?
Perfect. That'd be
Okay.
great. Sorry to interrupt.
no problem. How did you even get in? The door was so hard to unlock. Were you downstairs?
We've been downstairs
Oh,
for a
gotcha.
little bit.
So I'll find out what kind of colored paper they have
I
downstairs.
mean, I've got a ream of colored paper, a couple reams. How many
Oh,
households
I
are
think
there?
we can do that. I
Okay,
mean,
yeah,
we've
yeah.
got the money to do that. So
How many-
I have to ask Dee. So my email is nhcoyotes@gmail.com.
We heard you were the lady to speak to about everything concerning Coyote from the
It's
folks
true.
downstairs. Fantastic. Thank you so much. We'll shoot you an email and talk to you folks next time you meet.
Okay, tell me again who you are.
We're Broken Boat Farm. We're in Henniker.
I know, but what's your name?
My name's Josh.
I'm Kelly.
Josh and Kelly. Okay,
Is it
great,
a coyote?
thank
Fantastic.
you.
Is it a
Take care,
matter
folks.
of coyotes?
What's that?
No, we want to talk to you about having sheep underneath the future Deerfield solar arrays and using livestock landscaping, because then at the end of the season, there'll be delicious lamb meat for
You
everyone.
should get Dave.
Ooh, boo.
What?
Oh, but
Boo.
It's good protein.
Yeah, fine.
And it'll be reasonably cost and affordable.
No, let's not talk about it, okay? You might have lost me there.
Take care.
Ugh.
That's really for the solar panel subcommittee rather than us.
Well, that's why I sent them down there.
Was that what, they were meeting down there,
Yeah,
the subcommittee?
yeah.
I was supposed to be on it.
Oh, not the, no, that's the energy subcommittee.
Oh.
So, don't worry about it. Okay, I forget where we are now.
So we were
Well,
talking,
okay, we were talking about the FAQs.
Yeah,
There's a meeting next week to talk about brochure.
yeah,
And I want to get back to the question of what we want to do about the written materials on those complex concepts from the ordinance, like what is grandfathering, what are buffers, what are variance versus CUPs.
yeah. So the grandfathering was dealt with in FAQs, right?
No,
Oh,
No, that
where
was a
did I
separate
just read
document.
that to?
I sent it to you.
Oh, I loved that.
Great,
Yeah.
but what do we want to do with it? So we could post it, we could have it as an insert in the,
You know what I think? I think we ought to have it, I think we ought to have a double-sided FAQ sheet, FAQs on the front, concepts on the back.
I disagree.
Okay.
I think it should be separate. Or, so I think the facts ought to be standalone, as is.
Well, they will be. But then
And
they,
then have something separate with, that addresses grandfathering and buffers and whatever other complex issues, concepts we have talked about.
but why use two pieces of paper when one will do? I just think that
It
that's,
doesn't have to do with the paper, it has to do with the concepts themselves. So we want to have people, the facts are questions, common questions that people might have about the ordinance.
no, I understand, yeah,
Okay. And then grandfathering is,
a concept. And so if they're on the same, I don't know. I would,
I was actually thinking the same thing before she said it. Just,
The only thing is that, I don't know how you folks are, but I get a lot of things in that grapevine, I don't read them all. And sometimes, you know, you look at it, when I worked, man, if I started to get inundated by paper from headquarters, it was, okay, that's nice.
well, I know that some people aren't gonna read it,
But-
probably a
but
lot
if
of
you-
people
My point
aren't.
is if you put it on the same piece of paper,
Yeah,
they'll have it. If they have a frequently asked questions about grandfathering and they don't have an idea what grandfathering is, they turn the piece of paper over and see what grandfathering
well, it's not just grandfathering, Jill, I mean, that's,
is.
okay.
But you're gonna put
It's
all the
other-
concepts on
yeah.
that, so.
Well, those aren't done yet, so that's a
Okay.
question. And the other piece is, do we want to post it on the town website also? Under, in that section where the ordinance has all of the accompanying documents.
I missed the first part of this last thing that you said.
Okay, so this is the grandfathering, I just happen to have written it, but there are other things that we talked about writing.
Yeah,
Buffers, variance of CUPs, something to do with agriculture, and I don't even remember what it was.
I never understood what it was. We
Okay.
have a definition of agriculture in the ordinance. I didn't know how to elaborate on that.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, I don't see the case for having it on two pieces of paper. I don't,
How much room does the FAQs take right now?
More than a
It's a
page.
page and a half roughly.
Ooh.
So
And
you
it
really
doesn't-
can have it on the back.
oh, sure you can, because we can condense it.
Well, but if we add, it isn't just the grandfathering. The grandfathering is written, but we need to have something about buffers, if we're gonna do it at all.
Yeah,
We need to have something about buffers, we need to have something that explains what variances are and what CUPs are.
yeah, so I think that the piece that you wrote on the grandfathering could be cut in half, because both examples that you used I thought were really good. So just cut it in half, so that grandfathering is sort of the first thing up there, because people seem so confused about that.
I'm not following you, Chris, sorry.
Okay,
Just use
I don't
one, are you
understand
saying
what you're
just use
saying.
one example?
just use one example. It's, you know, the piece that you wrote had a couple of paragraphs.
Uh-huh.
And so, you know, and there were two examples
Are
that
you
you,
suggesting having it as part of the facts?
no,
Okay.
Actually, I was gonna suggest having it as part of the facts, as at the end of the last FAQ, say, the question being something like, I'm confused about some of the concepts like grandfathering, what's a CUP versus a variance, and then you can go right into answering those.
oh, I like that idea.
And then it keeps your attention on the FAQs, but then it lets you incorporate those in.
Yeah,
It's
we can
just
have a
thought.
dandy little arrow. Turn the page over.
But it
It's
can,
not gonna
I think
fit
you're
on-
already gonna be on the second page.
Okay, and we'll worry about the other concepts that we talked about writing later. And since the grandfathering is done, I can just add it to the frequently asked questions, which is gonna be an insert in the grapevine.
Yep.
I'd also suggest it get posted on the Webster.
It should, yes.
Okay, and I don't know how to do that, so I'll leave that in your lap. Also,
Well, no, you can ask Russ to do it. He's the one that does that.
and who's Russ?
Russ, our land use coordinator.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll get his contact from you.
Or what?
Okay,
He's the
I don't
planning
have it.
board?
yeah.
Yeah,
I thought he was the planning board.
So
Well,
what is Russ
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
do?
I
He's
didn't know
both
that
of
was his
those
thing.
He is going to post the frequently
It's
asked
Tracy's
questions
job.
on the
Yeah, right.
Webster
Oh, yes,
town website.
thank you.
MJ,
Very
that
hard
was
to take
Teresa's
There's a lot
title.
going on.
Oh, she was that? I did not know that was her title. Thank you.
It's gonna be really, it's a
So,
hard job doing the
yeah, it
minutes.
is. Well, we're throwing a lot of
This is
things
not
around.
normal.
Yeah.
Oh, I found my third thing, and it wasn't on the FAQ, it was on the grandfathering. I knew I had a third thing.
Grandfather, yeah.
Okay,
In summary, at the very bottom, in summary, if your lot structure or use is legal before the ordinance is enacted, it may continue unchanged after the ordinance. And it's, again,
May?
it
Don't say may.
sounds, again, it's correct, I think, grammatically correct. I think it just sounds more wishy.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds vaguer than if you say it will continue unchanged.
well, but somebody may not want it to, I mean, so that's,
It could.
If your lot,
Likely to?
yeah, but
Well-
you don't want it to sound like we might not let it
Right.
happen. That's how I was reading some of these words that sounded less,
Firm.
firm. Thank you.
Mhm. Not equivocating.
Right.
Oh, that's what lawyers do all the time.
I know. I just went through this with my HR, who said,
Because may, it could be,
right,
it's two different things.
right. And I want to use the strongest, clearest word before the ordinance is enacted.
Mhm.
Are allowed to continue.
How about, if your ordinance before it is enacted, they are allowed to continue unchanged after the ordinance.
Yep. I think that's,
All right.
That's fine.
All right.
sorry, I knew I had a third one, and sometimes
Okay, and I'm gonna change it anyway now because it's gonna be a fact.
right,
The Q.
but the
Well,
definition
it's not
and
gonna be a
stuff.
fact.
Yes, it is.
Oh, Isabel, no. What she was
That-
suggesting is,
No, I was suggesting that incorporated at the end of the FAQs as another question.
as
I
a
don't-
question.
As a question,
Yes.
and this will be the answer to the,
But,
to that.
right, but the point is, there's not enough room to fit it on the front page.
But there's not enough room to fit the FAQs on the front page.
That's the whole point. So if we can get the FAQs to fit on the front page,
Mhm.
then that, as the very last thing, could be the question about what does grandfathering mean? The answer to that would be on the other side.
And I don't care which side it's on, I think it just, if it flows all as one thing, then nobody's gonna miss the concepts on the back.
Right, and that's why it was a great idea to ask the question at the bottom, and then we can have an arrow to the back, and then the grandfathering piece would be at the top of the back.
Mhm.
You know what, let me futz
Play
with
with
it
it,
and
yeah.
I'll send it out to you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll go from there.
Good.
Good.
Okay, so we have a date for our work session. We're gonna work on the brochure.
We're gonna what?
Work on the brochure. And I'm gonna find out if they have colored paper downstairs. I'll make sure that I know what the deadline is for D. You're gonna contact Bob
Tiffany?
Quinn.
What?
Do you know what the deadline is for the grapevine?
It's
now?
27th usually.
27th.
Okay,
month.
So
I'm gonna-
that gives us almost to the end of that.
Yeah.
week.
so that's good. Okay,
I know, I might suggest blue, because it's photo blue and it can be copied again if you want it on white paper.
okay.
I don't
Is
know.
there a blue that is specifically photo blue?
It's the color of the masks.
Oh, okay, yeah,
And it
okay.
goes with water and wetlands, I
Right.
think.
right.
It's kind of a,
Or I can find like an algae green.
I kind of like that green of that sticky tape thing.
Oh, yeah,
That-
right here,
yes,
that's
yes.
right. Little
I like blue.
cyanobacteria.
yeah, right.
I prefer blue.
Blue, okay.
Yes.
Blue it is.
Okay, so, are
Woo!
we,
See you on the 19th.
pardon me?
See you on Wednesday, the 19th.
That's right.
Here.
In
gonna try
terms
something
of our
interesting.
budget request,
Yes.
so obviously we want to keep the $500. The $2,500, we will be having a speaker or the talk walk
Oh,
person, so there would be a cost there, so I'll just put Bob Q. We will have printing costs
yes.
on the wetland ordinance.
On the brochure.
Yep.
What?
Brochure and the FAQ page.
What did you have in mind for a handout at the poll?
That's another thing, right
Why
there.
wouldn't that just be the brochure? I mean, do we need another whole thing?
Well, the brochure would go in the grapevine. So have you ever seen all these sad, lonely-looking grapevines, soggy and hanging from their mailboxes?
Yes.
Well, so that's why I'm thinking we probably should have something when they come to vote.
And my thought is,
That's good.
we have a stack of brochures, we put them in the grapevine, and what we have left over, we give out at
Perfect.
the. I
Perfect.
mean, I'm not thinking we need to come up with a whole nother.
No, right.
Oh.
You're okay with that? Yeah.
Because it's gonna be nice and glossy and attractive, eye-catching.
It's
So-
gonna be fabulous.
Do you think we need to have any other strategies to inform the town about the value of having a wetlands ordinance, protecting our wetlands, protecting our watersheds, protecting our water?
We had talked about trying to put something together over at Pillsbury Lake. So, again, we run into the Omicron issue. How many people will actually want to come to something?
They've been having a couple of meetings lately at the Pillsbury, what is it called? The Pillsbury meeting.
Yeah,
Clubhouse.
the clubhouse.
Has anybody come? Do you know?
They had one tonight, I saw about 6, 7 cars when I was coming over, but
Okay.
again, it's a subject everybody's is hot on right now
Yeah.
over there, because it has to do with enacting they wanna put a charge on all of the people that are on the water, a levy on them, yeah, to
Oh,
pay for
that'll bring 'em
that
out.
work, so,
Ooh.
they're really,
Uh-huh.
yeah, the handful, because that place has gone from 100 plus people on the water to like 40 maybe now. So they're spending money to fix it, but anyways, that's a whole different subject. But yeah, But they have canceled several things,
Yeah.
like they canceled all the Christmas party, they canceled the New Year's party,
Oh, boy.
they had the Halloween party, but again, it's what the commissioners over there deem necessary.
Thank you, Joe. Yeah.
I just, I don't know how we plan for doing a presentation where we, it might just be us.
It would have to be outside too, I was thinking.
Yeah,
What's even gonna happen with town meeting?
pardon me?
What's even gonna happen with town meeting?
Yeah, we don't know.
I mean, I didn't go inside the cramped little school last year, I left.
Wow.
It started to rain.
What about Bob Drown's funeral?
Bob Drowns died?
Bob drowned.
Senior.
Bob Drown
Bob
Senior
Drown
died?
Senior?
He died, and his funeral is going, not only his funeral, but they're having a lunch here afterwards. I can't go. It's dangerous.
When is this, Betsy?
Old Bob Drown died.
When did he die?
2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago?
Oh my gosh,
Oh.
I had no
It was
idea.
it in the Grapevine? No, it was in the Concord Monitor. He had a whole obituary in the Monitor. So maybe if you asked for it if you Googled it, maybe it would come up.
Oh, it would. I'll do that.
It was a nice obituary.
Hmm.
So, and I feel like I ought to go, and so I'm scared to. I've been thinking about how to sneak upstairs into the upper place and sit by myself and not let anybody near me.
At the church?
What?
Is it at the church?
Yes, yes, at the church.
Huh.
Yep. I thought you
So-
wanted,
I
sorry.
didn't- I didn't see it in the grapevine, I mean, the monitor.
I didn't
It was
either,
in the
but I
Monitor
don't
weeks
always-
ago.
Yeah.
How
And he
did
died
miss
quite a
that?
while ago.
Hmm.
Gosh.
How old?
I know he died, when was the bidding? The day of the bidding,
Oh,
I
the-
talked to
Oh,
his daughter, who was at the bidding, remember? Yes,
no.
Addie Mock's wife.
Oh, that's his daughter?
Barbara is
Oh,
Bob and Kay's
oh.
daughter.
So that was December 8th, I think.
And 3 days after that, he died, I think. Yeah,
Oh,
3 or 4, because I was asked, she thanked me for asking about him. And then she emailed me and said that he died.
oh, gosh.
How was Eddie Hawker? Oh, drowned.
Concord Monitor.
Sorry.
Okay.
I get, yeah.
How old was he?
Huh?
How old was he?
Oh, he's 90,
Oh,
yeah.
So,
He's like Sidney Poitier's generation.
it's a shame. Yeah, well, I understand.
No, I
I know,
know,
I'm kidding.
Yeah, he's
90, I'm creeping up
so
on it.
we're trying to think of what other use we might have for $2,500. It's so hard to plan because if we wanted to have speakers come into town, which I would love to have, there's so many good people out there that we could have in.
But you're right, we can't do that now. Chris.
Yes, we
We
were
can't.
going to do that. We talked about that.
But
Yeah.
want to do, like Rick Vanderpool did like a mushroom thing, I'd love to have him do that down here.
Sure,
Of course,
he
it
would,
maybe never, we won't have the mushrooms like we had last year.
well, we might though.
Yeah, we
Um,
might.
But, Rick has said to me every single time I see him, when are you gonna invite me to town again? So, so we could line up for this summer a series of outdoor trail hike things.
Oh, explore Webster's trails.
Yeah, because we want to get the public out on the trails anyway.
This summer?
Yeah, this summer. What do you think of that idea?
I like that
I like
idea,
it, we
and-
just need to
and,
get our trails in order first.
You know, we talked about, Linda was gonna do that, wasn't she?
Yeah,
Linda was going to, but she got,
Yeah. So we need somebody to do trails, and we could do
I would love to
trail
get the kids
talks.
nice.
We could talk about porcupines that are in danger of this.
yes,
new-
I just read that.
Yeah.
They've got a fungus or something's
Yeah,
wrong with
this
them.
new virus.
Porcupines are
The
dying.
skunk, it's a
Jesus.
skunk virus.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway, we can talk about this.
I think
a
that would
new
be good.
family of beavers living on Pillsbury Lake.
Yeah.
oh, great.
Yes,
That's not the
Down,
only
way
place.
down though, not up the north end by Mrs. French's. Way down.
at the outlet.
No,
No,
just,
On the south end, Joe?
Off Peninsula?
Really?
Below the peninsula,
Oh, gee.
there's a new hutch.
Ha-ha.
You can see it from
Do people
from
object? Do
Concord
people
Drive.
worry
You
about
can look
that?
out and it's right there.
Huh, neat.
It's a little bump right in the middle and it.
Do
it-
people object?
No, I don't think anybody's objecting at this point.
love beaver.
Maybe the guy whose birch trees he ate that the beaver chopped down on New Hampshire Drive and drug them down through.
Oh.
But there's a new family. Somebody said there's 5 of them
So,
living in that hutch.
so I'm gonna put on the agenda for March, maybe, to talk about setting up a series of speakers, a series of walking and talking people.
Speakers Bureau.
So, I think that we've thought of enough things to spend $2,500 on. It goes back to the general fund, so it's no risk to the town if we don't use it.
Right,
So just ask for it.
okay.
Can I just ask one more thing? Did we get it last year? I can't remember what was up and down.
No,
Is it?
we got it,
Last year and the year before? We'll
Yep,
just do the
2
two.
years.
So then
Yep.
let's just ask for it.
yep, okay.
Chris, will you add trail maps in that section there, which also could be a money item, but I also think it would be a good idea for us to pursue that.
Yeah,
I wonder if we could partner with Hopkinton and find out kind of what they do and they, get their trails, they have all their trail maps. I don't know who does them, but I know they have,
well, they probably hired a GIS person,
they might have.
somebody with those kind of
Yeah, it
skills.
would be good to find out what they did and see.
Well, who wants to do that?
I don't know who I don't know.
Why don't
who
we,
the chair is.
if I might suggest we table that?
Yeah, that's fine. We'll
But I don't want to
table
forget it though, because it's a really good
Well,
idea.
Canterbury Shaker Village hired somebody to do maps of their
Trail?
their whole property, and that would be a possibility, except it would be very expensive.
Hmm.
Concord has a bureau.
Yes.
They have a bureau. They have a guy
They do,
hired.
and Concord's another one they have really.
Yeah, they
good
have a
maps.
huge one, because my wife and I went to a sit-down where they told you all about the 30, 40 miles of trails.
I know, it's
They
an
do,
incredible
it's a
system.
wonderful
It was
Yeah, they have a-
unbelievable.
So they have a
Hopkinton-
brochure, the whole
The
map.
They do,
Yeah,
they do,
I saw
they have a
that.
whole brochure, yeah. And I mean, those trails start at the Kentucky River down
Yeah,
that
they
area and
start
go up
on-
over the apple orchard and down.
Yes.
Yeah, it's cool.
I want to do that, yeah.
Oh, it's just.
Is it a good trail?
Yeah, I think they are.
You
yeah.
done it? No.
So, anyways,
Anyway,
But yeah, I'll make a note to,
bring that up.
I don't know who does Hopkinton. I might be able to figure it out.
well, call the town clerk. They generally know everything. The next thing on this are easements. I have walked the front part of the mock trail, and so,
When you say the front part, you mean the steep
from,
part?
from Battle Road in and around, but I haven't gone up to the top. I haven't been to that part.
Porcupine dens,
Pardon me?
Yeah.
the porcupine dens,
Yeah.
yes.
It's the river trail that is, I won't do this time of year.
Oh, right, it was horrible.
Yeah.
It was horrible?
Yeah, so I cut
It's-
in. Yeah, it's a
icy,
mess.
It's very
Oh.
dangerous. Did you have dogs with you?
I had one.
Yeah.
So,
Oh
But-
dear.
but there have been no qualitative changes, except for a lot of debris, you know.
We got Dick George to come with us on trail clearing one year, and he was great. He brought his chainsaw, they got right to work.
Oh, well, let's get him back
Yeah,
again.
just, we
We could
need,
use him on that.
we need a gang to go and clean up trails.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'd love to get the kids on my street involved. I don't know.
The other place I've been is the Riverdale.
Yeah,
I walked that, although I didn't get
it's hard to follow.
all the way out to the back, right. But now that there's
There's a lot
snow,
of
I feel a
erosion.
lot safer walking around out there.
So Chris, if you've done these walks, does that mean they don't have to be done by?
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I
Yeah,
think so.
Mark,
So what has to be done still?
Well, we have to fill out the damn form.
yes, we have to fill out the damn forms. I
Send it into the forest
Yeah,
society?
but what else needs to be walked? Just any-
well, the Janeway property,
Yeah,
right?
along the river.
And the new people from Hopkinton that own, what's her name's land, across the way from you.
Judy O'Donnell's? old
Yeah,
land?
yeah,
Who?
Judy O'Donnell's land.
Oh, the O'Donnell land, yes.
So I don't know who the people are though, who have.
No, but we just, what we did, we just went last year, knocked on the door, hi, this is who we are, we're walking around your property, fine, thank you.
Right,
And we met them, but I can't remember their name either. But who would know would be the town clerk, it's probably written somewhere.
I
But it
think
has to be
last
done,
year,
is the point.
Yeah.
I think last year we
It does
actually
it.
eyeballed that land from your land.
Oh, we looked at it.
Yes.
Yes.
So that was we didn't have to disturb anybody that way.
Oh, no, you looked at it from the Riverdale Trail,
Yeah, that's where you're looking at.
not our land.
Oh, is that where we were?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You look
okay.
at it right from the Riverdale, standing on that high cliff there, you look across, that's that land.
Okay. So, and then there's so then the other one, remember you and I did this a number of years ago. We went onto Chuck Rose's property, back through that gravel pit area. We walked over to the river that way to monitor that piece of property that you have over there. It's right on the river. It's right on the river, right across from the River Chicks, right behind.
Wait a minute, across from the River Chicks. Yes, I know what you're talking
It's
about.
that
Okay.
little tiny piece that's
Yes.
hard to.
Right,
And it does, you're right, it connects to the Rose's garage.
right,
It goes back in there, yes.
right.
Oh,
I know.
I found my whole list that I had given to you on the thumb drive, and then I got back from the thumb drive, and now I can't put my finger on it.
and we can do it all online, and fill them all out. I should be better at this.
Yeah.
Well, I have
But
the
there's more than that. Why can't I find it? I
how
just
to
found
complete
it.
forms online for annual easement monitoring. But do
Yes,
you-
I do have all of, it's on one document, I have
who
all
is
the
that
places
from?
we monitor.
okay,
It's in my computer.
Yeah,
Um,
I have it too, somewhere right here. I did go after the meeting, I said I'd look them up, and I did. Yeah, I don't know what I did with them.
well, MJ, could you coordinate with Betsy?
I said I would the last time.
Okay,
Monitor
good.
eas.
So you're
easement.
saying yes tonight?
I am.
Okay.
But what are you looking at? Is that, that's LCIP? Because Forest Societies are all the same ones. are
This
gonna
is
be-
LCHIP, yeah, this is
Yeah.
LCHIP.
And the, God, that's so aggravating. I just found the damn thing. Oh, maybe if I open it.
So MJ and I will figure out what we want to do, and then we
Yes.
call you up and say, can you come? Who wants to come? Who
Yeah.
wants to walk here or there? Okay.
Yep.
Okay,
Okay?
We will do
So
that.
that's
If we wait
good.
till March, I can do it anytime.
yeah.
And then, the ballot, the last thing, well, no, it's
Are we at
not.
the end of the agenda?
We're almost at the end of the agenda. Well, we're at the end of the agenda, this is other business.
Let me just tell you, there's the mock forest, and we have to, the mock forest, that's LCIP. Riverdale, LCIP. Ox Pond is LCIP. Blackwater River,
Fine, I'm not going to Ox
LCIP.
Pond again.
Chainway Pasture, LCIP, and O'Donnell's LCIP, and then Blackwater River at Sweats Mills, LCIP. And then the Blackwater River, Cow Pasture, and Ox Pond are all repeated that we have to do for a Forest Society.
Okay,
That's all of them.
okay. So,
I'm not going up to Ox Pond again. Last time,
We
no.
we did Ox
God,
Pond last year.
Yes.
now, because that was so thoroughly logged, was that
The
entered?
trails, I used to be able to walk right up on the old logging roads, and they all, never, we got completely mixed up.
But isn't the point of the easement monitoring to let the easement holders know that something like a clear cut has been done on the land?
Yes. Yeah, any changes to the land, any
Right.
changes, yeah.
So, was that put in last year? Because I think it was done last year.
I think it was done before that.
Anyway, just, when you're going through this, just check on that, because
But
I think it needs to be reported.
it's the way that you get to that easement, but that's not part of the easement.
No.
The land that was cut wasn't in the easement, it
Oh.
was the way you get to it.
Oh, okay, okay. I didn't
So,
realize that. So there's
um,
there's no access in that easement?
The last time we went up
To Jolly's house.
Jolly's house.
Drive up to Jolly
Oh,
Kimball's
that was
house,
kindness, I thought,
and then
on
we
her
walk in
part.
from there, and we found the pond, and we looked around, and we said, okay,
Right.
but we didn't see
You know,
any
it
cutting.
might be.
Barbara Corliss is, I don't trust her one bit.
No, remember,
Oh,
so,
I didn't say that.
no,
But, in the winter, I don't know if the winds are open a lot of
You can do
sun.
anything you want.
That was that thing.
so, anyway, will you
Yeah.
you guys sort it out? Under new business, there's just couple of very quick things. There's this ballot language that has been written up. If you'd like, I can have Dana send this to you all.
Yeah.
And then if you have any feedback for the planning board, I would send it directly to Craig. Or you can send it to me and I'll send it to Craig, if you don't know how to contact Craig, okay? Because I think it would be better for you to actually read this on your own time and think about it. I think they did a really good job
Oh, good.
on it, yeah,
I'm glad they did a
that's
good
the-
job.
That's what's actually gonna go on the ballot.
on the ballot, yeah,
Oh,
And
that's
that's
how
a-
the ballot will look.
yes.
And that's a
Oh,
Saturday,
my.
that's a Tuesday thing.
Yes. And so this is really important in terms of, if people don't read the brochure that we leave there for them to read,
Yeah, they'll be,
they hopefully will read this. And
okay,
it's done pretty well.
good.
So
Is
this
it
is what we
recommended
will
by-
actually be voting
Voting
on.
on.
Yes.
Correct? Okay.
Yes.
And is the purpose made very clear
Oh, yeah,
in that ballot?
yeah,
To
right,
protect our water.
right up front.
All right,
And does it say recommended by,
It does not.
it should, recommended by the select board, or the planning board.
It only says that it's administered by the planning board. Blah, 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 blah. It supports the goals of the hazard mitigation plan and the master plan. It should say recommended by.
Yes,
So
it should,
that's an important thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
The question is whether the planning board in fact is recommending it.
well, right,
I
right.
don't know the answer to that.
yeah. Well, they voted in favor of it.
That doesn't mean they're recommending it.
I don't know that they did, Chris, it was unclear to me. Never mind.
Okay. Panic is striking at my heart. Okay,
We're supposed to read the ballot,
yeah,
the ballot for the wetlands ordinance.
right.
Chris's
Language.
There were months and months ago when we were looking at the land that would accommodate the solar array. There's one parcel of property right down at the very bottom of Deer Meadow Road, right next to the Concord line. There's a 100-acre parcel there that was owned by Horizon Incorporated and managed by Eric Monroe, who is over in Boscawen. And Eric clear-cut that entire 100 acres. He never applied for a clearing permit, and we didn't find out about this until at least a year later. But what they also did was they went in and put in a number of culverts.
Yes,
And two of those culverts ended up draining that wetland that you love so much, that you used to go to. So do you know the property I'm talking about? When you're coming from Concord to Deer Meadow Road,
yes,
immediately at the Concord line, there is an old two-track that you used to take that is now chained off.
Yes.
That little two-track is now a road that accommodates 18-wheelers
Oh,
going in and out of that.
oh God.
And in order to make it feasible for those 18-wheelers to move all the logs from
Yes.
the 100-acre
Yes.
clear cut, they put all these culverts in, and it was reported to DES. DES followed up with a series of actions that they wanted this guy to take. And
Is there mitigation money involved?
they had not gone that far yet.
It sounds like they should.
They should. They should. The cleared area exceeds 100,000 square feet.
Whoa.
It's really quite astonishing what they did.
100,000 square, what?
100,000, it exceeds 100,000 square feet. It's a huge parcel,
Ah,
and then they buried all of the stumps there. And it's on this land that the solar array is intending to place
oh,
the solar array, and the land won't be stable enough for the far future,
Right.
support without, you know.
oh, because of the stumps.
Right.
So
So I-
we've talked about this before, so why is it coming up now?
Well, because we haven't had time to talk about these
Oh,
things.
okay.
Yeah,
You
so,
have brought this up before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I.
so this is from November of 2021.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, God, there's so many things going on. Mm.
yeah, well, I feel like we haven't had real meetings for a long time.
No.
We've just been flying by the seat of our pants. So I would like to follow up with Jen Drosiak, who is the woman from DES, and find out whether any of their conditions have been met by Eric Monroe.
Eric Monroe
Yeah,
Is there a
is,
DES case number?
Eric Monroe is the owner of the clear cut land?
No, he's a man, I actually know him in another context. He's a manager, and he manages a property in Bosquen for a wealthy guy. And he apparently is managing this property. I don't know how he decided he was gonna clear cut. I guess the owner must have decided.
the owner
that's
must
what he
have,
did.
and Eric has said that he also wants to do the same thing on that Boscoon property.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the file number, MJ, is 2021 dash 01117.
Should I put that in the minutes?
Sure.
I'm sure it's,
File number for the
the
land?
DS, the DS file number. So if we wanted to look it up on the DS website, you could.
I don't want to, is 20, should we those numbers
It was
again?
2021 dash,
2021
why don't you
dash,
say it, MJ?
Dash 0117.
No, 3 ones.
Oh.
01117.
okay.
Sorry about that.
That's
The
okay.
file number, I don't know what
And
that
it's,
file number is.
eight-
For-
If
Dear,
you
it's-
went on the DS website, you could look up this case.
Whose website?
DES.
Thank you,
It's the DES file number.
thank
Okay.
you.
So I will follow up on that. And, oh, here's your frequently asked questions. Yeah. Okay,
It's hard to keep these minutes.
yeah, we're at the end. Does anybody else have any business that they want to bring up?
No.
No?
No, I won't say anything, but that business about mitigation money,
Yeah.
a lot of towns around are getting money for stream incursions.
Huh.
And if they want to build something, they can use the money from DES that's penalty money for culverts. So you could get a decent culvert, maybe on White Plains Road.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, Sal.
Can you send me a note about that?
Okay,
What is this under, other business?
yeah.
Should I keep this?
No, don't say anything.
Do you like this format?
What?
Do you like this format? So I can send you the
I don't
template
know
if
how
you-
to set it up, but.
I could send you the template if
Do
you
we
want.
need a
thank you.
motion to adjourn, Chris?
Just a minute.
I'll ask George to send you something on the ARM. It's Aquatic Resources Mitigation Fund.
Okay, if I don't write this down, I'm not gonna remember. Okay, hearing no other business, I move to, I have no idea what time it is.
8:45,
Oh my goodness.
8:50.
I move to adjourn this meeting.
Okay,
Second.
Second from Isabel. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank
at
you.
what time?
Could you,
850.
Thank you.
Isabel, would you mind
8:60.
turning that off if